Joining us now to discuss BTC price and more is Matthew Sigel. Is the head of digital assets research at investment manager VanEck. Matthew, great to have you here. So we're seeing an increase of flows into BTC shorts, but Bitcoin is rallying. What's going on?
Hey, Christine. Well, it's a much better technical picture for the Bitcoin price. We're above the 200-day moving average. Looks like we're on our way to a golden cross, which is when the 50-day cross is above the 200-day. It's been an incredible month. Bitcoin's up for 18 of the last 20 days. This is one of the best runs in a decade for BTC. We see several factors contributing to this rally. We've got global money supply, which is growing again. So global money supply growth bottomed out in early December, corresponded almost exactly with the BTC price. Now, U.S. money supply isn't growing yet. That would be something to look forward to, but global money supply has reaccelerated. We've got a strong Chinese RMB that in the past has tended to correlate with a resilient Bitcoin price. Maybe that's because of looser capital controls in China as they try to support the economy with reopening. We've got the Fed funds price, which also bottomed in December. The same thing happened in late 2018. Fed funds bottomed and BTC shortly thereafter. We've got this U.S. debt ceiling. So U.S. CDS spreads are approaching 2011 highs. We'd expect to see more of that in coming years. Each time is generally bullish BTC. And then just strong price action during Asian hours. So U.S. investors should be careful not to over-index to SEC headlines or regulatory headwinds. There's headlines about Argentina and Brazil working on a common currency. UAE foreign minister said crypto will play a major role in international trade. So emerging markets adoption continues, and it's been a good rally.
So we have a Bernstein report suggesting that Bitcoin is seeing a return to the mean reversion, but they don't see this rally as being sustainable. What are your thoughts?
Well, Bitcoin's a very volatile asset. So on technicals, if you're talking purely mean reversion, we see upside to possibly 35K or 40K. Not to say that's exactly in a straight line, but it's a very volatile asset. The mean reversion can overshoot on the upside as well.
We see crypto contagion continuing to filter out with the bankruptcy case of Genesis. How will that impact Bitcoin price going forward?
Yeah, so in December, we identified a number of catalysts, both upside and downside for the Bitcoin price. We had 4 negative catalysts, one of which was a disorderly DCG bankruptcy. So, bankruptcy that brings in not only Genesis, but the rest of the parent company as well. That didn't happen. We can read from the public filings that the DCG entities and creditor groups have exchanged more than 10 iterations of term sheets. That's according to the new Genesis board member, Paul Aronson. So there are active negotiations there. I would say that was the worst case averted so far. Another negative catalyst that was potential was CFIUS blocking Binance's acquisition of the $1 billion of Voyager crypto assets. That deal was allowed to go through as well. So I think a couple of negative catalysts that kind of the worst case averted, and that has contributed to this short covering rally.
Has the Genesis bankruptcy weakened Grayscale's case for a Bitcoin spot ETF at all?
Well, I think not having a Bitcoin spot ETF contributed to the problems that DCG and Grayscale are having. Right, you had an illiquid asset, an over-the-counter trust that should have been an ETF being used as collateral across the street, and as the discount to NAV widened, that blew a hole in the balance sheets of these entities. So I would just reframe the question like not having an ETF caused a whole lot of this mess, and we look forward to ETF being approved at some time.
Any silver linings or tailwinds to look forward to?
So, I mean, there's a ton of tailwinds. We're seeing clear fundamental momentum from Ethereum layer 2s, more users every month. We've got the Ethereum Shanghai upgrade scheduled for this quarter. So we're feeling very good about ETH supply and demand. We reiterate our $8,000 price target for ETH. Web3 gaming, we think that's on a cusp of a breakthrough. Some AAA games about to be released that we're very excited about. Even Bitcoin layer 2s, whether you're talking about Lightning Network or Avalanche, where there's an increasing amount of BTC being held. Cash App just enabled Bitcoin over the Lightning Network. So like with all these Bitcoin miners going bust, we're actually seeing good value in Bitcoin mining machines at these levels. We've been shopping for machines and data center space. You'll see some research from us in this soon. So plenty of positives along with a better macro tape.
Matthew, we got to end it there, but thank you for joining us. And reminder to folks, TCG is the parent company to Genesis, Grayscale, and CoinDesk. That was VanEck, head of digital assets research, Matthew Sigel.